a bit on the miserable side here. However, for those of you who are more agriculturally inclined or who keep an eye on dew points and rain gauges and things of that nature, this rain is, shall we say, quite timely, especially for farmers in America's heartland who have been hoping for some rain for a while. So I will say, hey, you got some rain. Probably not as much as you want, or in some cases need, but at least it's something, right? So if you are someone who farms or you keep something of related to in touch with the agricultural community and agricultural needs and things of that nature, you are no doubt appreciating this rainstorm, especially if you live in the Heartland region. Got a lot of family in Southern Illinois, some family I do, infrequently I will do liquid totes of one flavor or another. I usually do hazardous materials.